Hi guys, and welcome to another vlog. I've been looking at a lot of the requests that you guys have for videos in which I talk about stuff, and one of them really caught my eye, and I'm actually going to kind of split it up because one of them will be a really long topic that I talk about, so I'd like to save that and have an entire video about that on its own. But today I am going to talk about Disney! Big surprise there! But yeah, this topic was sent in by 2010 Aveen. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right, but thank you for sending in this topic, so let's get right to it. Well, basically, I've been a Disney fan since I was born. I'm a Disney baby. I've loved Disney for as long as I can remember, and I'll probably love Disney until the end of time, basically. When I was little, I was a really big fan of The Little Mermaid. It came out 3 years before I was born, so I remember having a lot of toys. I remember this big like popcorn tin thing that had Ariel on it, and I had all my like toy food in it. So anytime I played with my toy food, I thought of The Little Mermaid because I had The Little Mermaid tin right there. And so she was a big part of my childhood. The Lion King was a big part of my childhood. I have many a picture somewhere. I'll have to find them and scan them and put them into some of my videos sometime. But just 50 different outfits that have Simba or different characters from The Lion King. Like, The Lion King was my life when I was a child. I don't know about you guys, but The Lion King was and still is my jam. I remember when we went to Disney in 2011 for Christmas. That was the first time I ever went to a Disney park for Christmas. And it was the first time we stayed at a resort too. And we stayed at All-Star Sports. And you know, they have the thing at the poolside every night where you can watch a movie, and they did The Lion King. And it was me and my mom and my brother, and we sat out there and we just quoted the whole movie and sang the whole time, and it was one of my most cherished moments ever. I was also a big fan of Beauty and the Beast growing up, because what little girl doesn't dream about being a princess like Belle one day? But yeah, I grew up with a lot of classics, and I loved a lot of movies. I remember Hercules, too, for some reason, was a really big part of my childhood. I always liked Meg, big, strong Meg. She was my favorite, and sassy, so sassy, and I was a very sassy child, so Meg and I were like this when I was growing up. So basically on the same subject, favorite Disney movies, Frozen, obviously. I mean, if you look around my room, Frozen is currently my most cherished Disney movie. I also really like Tangled. I've mentioned that kind of before, but Tangled was the big thing before Frozen. I really, really liked Tangled. Lion King, like I mentioned, basically all of the Disney princess movies, they're all my favorite. I love them very much, and I wish I owned them all so I could just have like an all-day Disney princess movie marathon, but I don't have them all yet, but I plan to eventually, because what is a Disney fan without her Disney princess movies? But what else? I'm really boring, I'm sorry. Just Disney princesses are all I like, but you know, Lion King, Hercules. I was quite fond of Alice in Wonderland a little bit when I was younger. Peter Pan is always, sometimes when I'm not feeling well, I still go back to Peter Pan and I'll watch Peter Pan. Live action movies. I'm really big on Maleficent right now because it's got strong female leads, and it passes the Bechdel test, and I think it passes the reverse, or it doesn't pass the reverse Bechdel test, which is also a really big thing. So that's really cool. I'm also a fan of Oz the Great and Powerful, and I know that movie was kind of a bit of a flop, but I've always liked The Wizard of Oz and, you know, Wicked and all that kind of stuff, so when I heard about Oz the Great and Powerful, I was really excited. I actually heard about it back when I was on my first college program, so I was excited about that like a year before it even came out. But what else? I know there are more Disney movies. Like, basically any Disney movie I will probably like. Pete's Dragon. I think that one's Disney. I'm pretty sure that one's Disney. Pete's Dragon. I watched a lot growing up. That one was just I really, really liked Pete's Dragon for some reason. I liked all the songs, like the Razzle Dazzle song. Do you guys remember that song? If you've seen that one, you know which one I'm talking about. But, geez, all the Disney movies just completely went over my ears. I can't think of any more. I guess Pixar movies, I'm not as big on some of the Pixar movies. I'm not big on Cars. Not big on Cars 2. And while I'm on that subject, Planes was just, I feel like that was Disney's way of saying that, hey, Pixar, we can do exactly what you did, but we don't need you for it anymore. So that was just kind of like a slap in the face to Pixar, which was mean. I am very fond of Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo came out when I was in like 3rd or 4th grade, and I've just loved Finding Nemo ever since. Up is good. WALL-E is okay. I've only seen the whole thing once, but I like it it's pretty cute. Oh, Tarzan. I really, really liked Tarzan growing up. I'm sorry, I'm just kind of switching between all of these movies and genres right now, but, Tarzan was really good growing up. Pocahontas, and I have a story about Pocahontas. Pocahontas came out when I was 2 or 3, and my brother was still a baby, so it was probably around the 2 age, and Mom took us to see it in the theaters, and it got to the beginning where there's the big storm. I booked it out of that theater. My mom had to waddle after me carrying a baby on one hip and the diaper bag in the other hip. I was just gone. I was not having it with that thunder and lightning. But I don't know if she ever got me back in the movie, but I'm quite fond of Pocahontas the other day. I watched it and I like it. Okay, so before I continue rambling off and naming every single Disney movie that I can think of, I'm going to cut it off right there before this video gets too long. But, so next time, I'm going to talk about my experience at the Disney College program, since application date for that is coming up soon. What better way to get excited for that than to talk about my previous experience. So, if there's anything else that you'd like to see or hear from me, any questions, comments, concerns for my sanity, leave them down there. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful weekend.